Welcome to Section 8, Puppet Enterprise. In this section, we're going to be exploring the commercial version of Puppet, known as Puppet Enterprise. So in this section, I'm going to be covering some of the features of Puppet Enterprise, and specifically what makes Puppet Enterprise different than open source Puppet. So by the end of this section, you'll be exposed to Puppet Enterprise and know some of the features that it uses. Here's what we're going to learn. We're going to start with the differences between open source Puppet and Puppet Enterprise. We're going to move on to job orchestration and show you how Puppet Enterprise can orchestrate jobs, and then move on to the code manager to show you how you can manage your configuration code in Puppet Enterprise. From there, we're going to move on to the tools repository, where I can show you how you can enable tools that you'll be using for your configurations in Puppet. And we're going to end up with Razor tasks, or how to provision bare metal topologies in Puppet Enterprise. Now, there's many differences between Puppet Enterprise and open source Puppet. Primarily, we could make a whole unit on this, but basically what Puppet Enterprise is it's the commercial version of open source Puppet. It has many more tools that you can use, a lot more configuration is already done for you, and it has a lot more tools that you can use in graphical user interfaces. So the differences are, for example, with the graphical tools, you have more tools that you can use for provisioning and more tools that you can use that show you the health of your system, where open source Puppet really doesn't have many of them. Also, for configuration automation, when you're configuring and deploying Puppet agents, you have much more support with that with Puppet Enterprise. And also, as support goes, with open source Puppet, you don't really have that much support at all. You have community support, but that's pretty much it. You can buy some pretty robust support agreements with Puppet Enterprise that you really can't get in open source Puppet. Some other things that are noteworthy is you can provision your code a lot differently in Puppet Enterprise, where in open source Puppet you need to manage these yourself, especially with Razor tasks when it comes to provisioning, is you could provision your own topologies. Let's take a closer look. I'm going to log on to Puppet Enterprise and show you the console and give you a basic guided tour. Now, when you log on to the console, you see a couple of things here. First thing you see is you see your entire topology. You see all the servers here on the bottom, and on the left-hand side, you see a color-coded key with all of the states for them. Either unresponsive, failed for red, pending would be orange, blue would be changed, and green would be unchanged. So we see a lot of these nodes or these Puppet agents being unchanged, which is about what I would expect, because most of them I would think would be in state. Now, what I can do here is I can kind of like scroll around and look at the different groups on the left-hand side, and I could group these nodes by specific groups. Like here we got Puppet Masters, we got Console, and we got some other ones as well. And also what I can do is I can look at all the specific classes on the lower left-hand side. Now, I can drill down in two ways here. Either I can drill down and look at each of these Puppet agents and look to see at the health of the agent and at maybe some of the facts of the agent, or what I can do is I can drill down on state. For example, I might want to see all of them that have been unchanged or all of them that are failed. So in this example, I'm going to click on a specific node, in this case my CentOS node, and I see the basic health of this node by looking at the daily run status, and this will show me things such as when the Puppet runs have actually occurred, and if I want, I could see the status of each specific Puppet run. So I see them here in recent reports. Now also, if I navigate through here, and I'm not going to go through all of them, I get to see the inventory, and the inventory are all of the facts for this node. And as you know, or probably know, there's just a lot of them, so I'm not going to go through each and every one. Now, you can probably tell that we could get these from the command line, which you probably have in the past as well. But here we get to see them in the Puppet console. So in this demo, we saw the console for Puppet Enterprise. So there you have it. Now you know that primarily the differences between open source Puppet and Puppet Enterprise